Nashville, oh Nashville. Welcome to a championship city and welcome to the Chase and Big Joe Show, 1025 The Game. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, back of the studio on the ones and twos. And yes, I am saying it. Congratulations to Nashville SC, U.S. Open Cup champions. And I am making a rule today.
Sure.
I'm putting this to bed. Because everybody knows that the first major championship in Nashville was the Nashville Venom, Feel the Hiss,
right?
Back in 2012.
Feel the hiss.
Feel the hiss. No, I'm kidding. In all seriousness, super cool. I watched the game last night. Awesome that they are bringing a trophy home. And I believe we're going to have BJ Callahan on tomorrow. Dr. Crane has been efforting that. But congratulations to Nashville SC. Their fan base, and I'm talking to the tried and true that have been with this team since they were a club team to USL to now. You guys and girls deserve it. It's fantastic for the city.
Well, I'm not going to begrudge anybody winning a championship.
No.
So well done.
Look, I was reading on Twitter last night, and there's this back and forth on. It's a championship. I don't care. Let's just enjoy it. That's my thing.
And you guys can argue amongst yourself about championships and what does it mean, all that.
Soccer is different, that there are multiple championships within a season, and I've come to understand that a little bit more. So, but yeah, look, for some, I think what we all have to accept is some people are going to understand it differently than others.
Oh, absolutely they are.
But there's only one point that you need to understand. I mean, we're leading the show in Nashville SC. That tells you how important and how much it means to this city, and I think it's fantastic. So congrats to Nashville SC.
Now they got to go on, and Dr. Crane, they back to MLS play this weekend. Is that right?
That's correct.
Can you add anything more to that?
Sorry. Yeah, no, that's correct, Joe. They play this weekend in Montreal. That's why we have a little hard out tomorrow with BJ Callahan joining the show. So they take on Montreal. There may be a little bit of some jet lag for that, but they're in a playoff spot. So that's kind of all that matters right now. If they go and make a deep run of the playoffs, that'd be very nice. I think a second round, something like that for Nashville would be good.
Nick, do you think that, and I'm going to ask BJ this tomorrow, do they look at this as step one in the process? This is a jumping off point to go on a great playoff run and win the MLS Cup? Or is it we enjoy this for 24 hours and then that goes on the trophy case and we're done with that? Two separate things.
Yeah, I would say the first one, Hani actually mentioned that last night in the post-game press conference that, this is a great building block for the club and for the team. And he thinks that, winning championships builds that momentum to make a great run in the playoffs. As for the second part, what you said, I think that's BJ Callahan's mindset. He's going to the next thing. Like we've won something, accept it, enjoy it for a day, and move on. I think because that's what he's given off to the media this year is that we're determined to win. We're determined to do this, this, and this. Everywhere he's gone as a head coach, he's won. I mean, the international stage with the U.S. men's national team, and now at Nashville. So this is a big building block for Nashville after last night's 2-1 win.
Yes, indeed. So congratulations again to them. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. I can say this. You got Vanderbilt that is in a great position to do some special things. They've already done some special things. I know a lot of people, a lot of Tennessee fans are here. That's Knoxville. It's a state thing, but I'm just talking about Nashville. The Titans suck, as well documented. Yes. Predators, we'll see. Season is starting. We'll see how they can rebound. I just think it's great to be able to talk about a team that is in the playoffs and they just won something.
Well, I mean, you called it back in April with this new attack, 3-4-3 attack zone that Nashville SC has. And Dr. Crane, you commented about that too as well. And so they utilized it last night. They had a 3-4-3 attack with the two backers, right, Nick? And then they just got the game winner.
Yeah, you're pretty spot on there, Joe. They definitely teased Austin FC last night, bringing up the back line to create more balls over the top. I know you're joking, Joe, but I'm just going a little bit more into it. Nashville, they utilized that. They baited Austin FC to really go into the attack, and Nashville knew their counterattack was better than theirs, and they went out and, won 2-1. Do I think the officiating was a bit brutal? Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Does that matter? It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. I've changed my tune on what the toughest position in sports is. I think it's a soccer goalie. Because
Probably.
that goal is like 50 feet by 50 feet, it seems like. And if you let a ball go through, you're done. The pressure of a soccer goalie, no, man. Because look, UC Soros gets 48 shots on net. If he gives up 2 goals, all right, you can win 4-2, whatever. But, man, the pressure. I was watching the goalie last night, Dr. Cram, thinking, I'm not doing that job. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, Brian Schwakey or Schwakey, either or. He's been a youngster that, BJ brought in. You just think, man, he's had a really good U.S. Open Cup run. You wonder if he's the next puzzle piece to this equation where they start him next year instead of Joe Willis if they re-up him on a contract.
What's his name? Brian Schwenke? Wouldn't he play guard for the Titans?
Yes.
Schwake. It's,
Swing.
Do the Schwakey leg? What?
Oh, swing. Anyway, they
Swing.
won. Good for them. When does Messi come to town?
October 18th, the last game of the season. And they're not in great form either.
So let me get this straight. All in one weekend.
Oh, my gosh.
Vanderbilt, LSU,
Here.
Vrabel's return with fire and all these things, and then Messi comes to town.
Oh, my gosh. Think about that. Those are 3 massive games right here in our
And I
city.
think the Preds are at Winnipeg. So the Preds are on the road.
So can you imagine if even they were here, it'd be
Yeah.
crazy. But the fact is, you got those teams that are here that weekend, and it's going to be nuts, man. And so we look forward to that. And gosh, so Dr. Crane, the National SC's in the MLS, so they're pretty much in the playoffs.
They are in the
And
playoffs.
Keith Urban's at Bridgestone Arena.
Is he?
Yeah.
Alone too, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what's out in the
I
tabloids.
know.
I know you do a lot of tabloid stuff for TMZ, Chase. So
No, that's Rick Merritt.
Oh,
Rick's
Rick.
the one that has the big stir and wants to just stir the pot.
Yes.
Immediately, like he tripped over a child running to his phone to stir the pot.
But you'd shoot your shot with Nicole, right? After the dust is settled.
Keith and I go way back, so I got to be cool. I got to be cool.
Did you see the movie Baby Girl? That will change your mind about Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Pretty good movie. And yeah, that's for Chase and Big Joe's show After Hours, coming to your local cable company soon with all that. All right, I got a question of the day for you.
All right, hit us.
Dr. Crane, did you get my text?
Yes.
Do you have that song?
Loading.
Okay.
He's got a lot of stuff going on back there.
All right.
I'm just waiting.
So we're going to, Mike Organ's going to join us at 2 o'clock there. We're going to talk a lot about Vanderbilt football. They took on Alabama because I'm not sure we understand the magnitude of this game on Saturday, what it means for Vanderbilt, what it means for Alabama, what it means for the SEC, what it means for the college football playoff. There's a lot at stake on Saturday. So simple question. What do you think Diego Pavia listens to before the game?
Oh.
What song do you think Diego Pavia listens to before the game? Now, there's all these rumors out there that Johnny Manziel is now mentoring him in a way to say, don't do what I did. And if that's a mentoring way, I'm good with that.
Is this a wrong answers only or
Both.
both?
Give
Okay.
us both.
All right.
Whatever. So what does wrong answers is better. So what does Diego Pavia listen to right before the game? His song to get him fired up, 615-737-1025. Call or text, we'll be here for you. Here's what I think Diego Pavia listens to before the game.
Who is this?
It's Willie Nelson and Julio.
Oh, yeah.
This is his song to all the girls.
Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. Check them out at ariestactical.com. We'll get to mine in a second. I got to give Dr. Crane time to prepare it.
Good.
because I didn't know the question.
I love it. I love the organic response between you and Dr.
But
Craig.
there was
a lot of
one.
fun.
I'll explain the whole thing when he's ready. But
am I wrong about the magnitude of this game?
Oh no,
and what it
not
means?
at all. No, not at all. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHoney.com.
I mean, we haven't been able to talk about a Vanderbilt team on a national landscape like this. I mean, I know they beat Alabama last year, but this is a lead up to a game, and it's fun. It's fun to talk about Vanderbilt like this.
I love it. I mean, I've waited my whole life for this. Never once in my life until now did I believe that a Vanderbilt football team could go down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and beat the Crimson Tide that, are a national powerhouse.
Yes. All that. So anyway, Mike Organ's going to be here at 2:00, and he's talked to a lot of ex-Vanderbilt quarterbacks about the impact Diego Pavia had. So we'll talk to Mike about that. He talked to Kurt Page, Whit Taylor, Watson Brown, all those about the impact that Diego Pavia is having. And I harken back to you and me at SEC Media Days. I mean, it was the question nonstop was like about Pavia and what he could do.
All right. So immediately when you asked this question, I thought about this song because he's viewed as a superhero and does superhero type things. This. And because he just looks like he would be a Power Ranger.
Which one
in
would
a
he
good
be?
way? I don't know.
Is there a gold one? Like a black and gold?
Later on, I think there was.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so he'd be the gold. He'd be the gold one. But last night I randomly thought about, like, there was something I watched that this song came on, and I was like, man, I got to figure out how to work this into the show now. And you just gave me the perfect opportunity.
Yes.
So there you go.
That's what I mean, think about that. I mean, he truly is, for what he's doing at Vanderbilt, is a superhero. I told 2 weeks ago, we got on the Pavia Heisman Trophy train. I know somebody called into Robbie and Rexroad and said, you guys need to slow your roll about that. And Rexroad was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's us.
Yeah.
We're on the Pavia for Heisman train. We'll go to New York. We'll do this.
I feel like I need to make a promo that just every day before every show is like, hi, I'm Chase McCabe. I host the show 12 to noon. Please refer to my takes during that time. This is Joe Dubin. He's also on 12 to noon.
12 to 3.
12 to 3. What did I say?
12 to noon.
We're on for not even a minute.
Don't worry about what we got to say. So, yeah, we're taking credit for Pavia because no other show in this market hopped on the Pavia train like we did.
Okay, I turned you down. Stop screaming into it.
Sorry. I get fired up. Even our good friends across the street are not on the Pavia train, and we love them across the street. We
Especially
are on the Pavia train.
We have been on the Pavia train. We were the first on the Pavia train, and we were the first to tell you whether you like it or you don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today. If you were going to – okay, here's another question, not to make this the question, but is Diego Pavia not Ric Flair? Like, his whole persona is not as much like the girls, and I mean, there's some of that, but like, he's got that just swagger, borderline cocky, but you like it.
Yeah, I could see that.
He talks,
but
he chirps,
but he also backs it up.
Yeah, you're right. He does.
I mean, what was the thing we learned at Media Day when he said? I think it might have been Clark Lee told us that he told the huddle, he's like, when things break down, remember one thing: you got me.
Yeah.
And I was like, Clark, I think I'm going to run through you and that wall to get over there. So when you got a quarterback who's talking that way, who's as confident, and every guy around him believes in him, I think it's great. We asked Tim Hasselbeck about the impact of a quarterback like that. His stats aren't gaudy. He's not going to throw for 500 yards. But when he elevates everybody around him to another level, that's a Heisman Trophy player on a good team. That's what he does.
Dr. Crane asked us if somebody was on the Pavia train. He's a great guy. He's a really good player.
Train's going to go fast.
He goes fast. You got to get on it. You got to get on it. I mean, he can run. He can throw.
He's not bad.
Just throws a beautiful ball.
He throws a beautiful ball.
In fact, I don't know if I've seen a ball thrown that beautiful ever.
It is beautiful. He's just fantastic.
The big, beautiful ball.
Whoa, family show.
Keep it going.
615-737-1025. Our question of the day, it can be a right answer or a wrong answer. What does Diego Pavia listen to before every game? Larry, we'll get to your call coming up next and more of your texts. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines today. Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, sponsored by the Omni Nashville Hotel, which is where we are today here at Bar Lines. And very excited to be here as we always are, talking about Vanderbilt and Alabama, which you can hear coverage beginning at 1 o'clock on Saturday. That game will be on 94.9 The Fan. We got Preds coverage over here on 102.5. 94.9 The Fan is where you can hear Vandy. Brought to you by Gary Force Acura, Jimmy Kelly Steakhouse, and Smoky Mountaintops. Now, we just heard the Rocky theme. Let's see, where is 3337 said in response to our question of the day, which is
What does Diego Pavia listen to before the game? Wrong and right answers.
the Rocky theme song. I can see him like jogging through Nashville with a bouncy ball and a couple hundred people jogging behind him and chasing a chicken.
I'm telling you.
I could totally see.
They beat Alabama. LSU game day. Game day comes here for the LSU game. We're shooting this video with Pavia, where he's going to start at Vanderbilt and run down West End.
See, I don't think they'll do two teams the same. Well, it wouldn't be back to back. There's a bye week. So yeah, so maybe.
Come on, a 6-0 a Vanderbilt team versus an LSU squad. I know they got beat by. But game day hasn't been here since 2008, and that was the Vanderbilt Auburn game. So I think that they'd come back for this. Plus, Pavia would be on the national radar as the number one guy.
Oh yeah,
you'd have to come here.
He'll be the number one for the Heisman.
Hell yeah, he will be.
Cody says, "F you, I won't do what you tell me." That's is that "Killing in the Name of" by Rage Against the Machine?
I guess.
I think that's I could see that. Yeah, that could be him. 0625 Drowning Pool Bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Okay.
Queen, We Are the Champions.
It's a good one.
Brick House by the Commodores.
Okay.
I could see him listening to some Commodores.
To chill, right?
Yeah. Mike in Lebanon says Pavia is jamming "Screaming for Vengeance" by Judas Priest.
Yeah, that's a deep one. I like it though.
He also asked, I guess, Jake's show, who does Vandy have at quarterback when Pavia is gone? That is a next year problem. we'll get to that later.
Right. Oh, yeah.
615-737-1025. Larry is going to lead us off on the phone lines. Larry, what you got?
Listen, I don't know what he's listened to all these other games, but I know when he's playing any team from the state of Alabama, he's probably listened to Shane McMahon. Here comes the money, because he's been money against the state of Alabama.
Oh, he has.
Yeah, that's true.
Even when he was at New Mexico State, he took down Auburn, and last year he took down Auburn. Yes,
I think he's 3 or 4-0 against the state of Alabama.
Alabama, Auburn. Yeah, you're right, because he's beat Auburn twice, Alabama, and then maybe one more in there. Yeah, because he beat Hugh Freeze at Liberty. Good job, Larry. Thanks, Bubba.
Thank you, Larry. All right, we'll get to him in a second. Eric, you're up. What's up, Eric?
Hey guys, I recently had a birthday. I'm gonna give my answer in a minute. Can you guess my birthday within 2 years? I'll tell you what. I won't tell you what year I was born, but I was born in the 60s.
I was gonna say 62.
63.
62, right on the nose. Yep.
Nice. There you go, Joe.
Yeah.
I've been stalking you for 8 years, brother. I know your birthday. I know where you live. I know where you have for lunch.
Hey guys, my Diego Pavia song, Neil Diamond's "Sweet Caroline."
Oh,
and why?
Yep. And I'll tell you what, I'll make this prediction too. If Vanderbilt goes to Alabama and win, book it. They're going to be in the top 10 next week. They should be if they do that.
They should be.
Oh, absolutely.
They definitely should be.
They should.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, take care.
And now we get to Clay. And Clay, I have a bone to pick with you. What are you doing calling other shows? Huh? You are our exclusive crazy caller, Clay. I don't need you calling Jake Lyman and cheating on us.
Jake does the women's game. He's a Vandy guy too. I mean, I like talking to Vandy guys. You're a Vandy guy, Jay.
I know. And look, I'll give you credit. I was driving in, and I heard your call, and I was like, that was actually a really good call. So you're welcome.
I have a bone to pick. I have a bone to pick with Dr. Crane. I got no dynamite. It was supposed to be on.
Well, we're kind of moving right now. He's busy. He's
answering the phone here, Clay.
So
come on, man.
He's busy.
All right, Clay, I got a question for you, Clay. All right, we hope Vanderbilt beats Alabama on Saturday. They got an open week. They come back here. They're 6-0. They play LSU, which could be the biggest game ever played at West End with all that goes in. How are you going to get to the game? You got to figure out a way to be in Dudley Field when you're banned from campus. How are we going to fix this out?
I have already thought about that, Big Joe. I'm one step ahead of you. I have a brother. All his kids went to CPA. Their colors are purple and gold.
and he is a deacon at Christ Presbyterian Church. I can just borrow some purple and gold and get some shades on and go in. Nobody know what's going on. Go in as
So
an LSU fan.
You're going to use the power of the Lord to get into Dudley Field in 2 weeks.
I mean,
Hey, I got a question for you, Big Joe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going to Tuscaloosa. You think I ought to get on game day and shoot the middle finger?
Absolutely.
I'm allowed to go.
hey, flip off McAfee. He'll probably flip you back off.
Yeah, go. And if you can,
Yeah, I don't. Hey, seriously, I don't like that guy.
well,
I like him. I
I'm
think he's
with you,
great.
Case,
But
on that. Oh,
he don't like you either. Clay, on your way to Tuscaloosa, call into 102.5 The Game and stay on hold, and we'll bring you on, and you can make more comments about players.
I actually had a song suggestion. For Diego.
Okay.
Hey, must be the money. You know that song?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We like it better
He
when you
likes
sing
to
it,
do
though.
Yeah, when he runs into the end zone, he does the money signal.
Hey, he can keep running in the end zone all year out. We don't care. We love it.
Parkway needs to set up a brick wall down there at VU. I'm ready to run through it for him.
We're with you, Clay. All right, Clay, if you go to Tuscaloosa, please be careful.
Make anybody
right.
jump out of the way, Big Joe.
No, just be careful. Thank you, Clay.
See you, boys.
615-737-1025. I'm getting texts from people. We're off the rails today. Hell yeah, we are.
Good. It's a beautiful day, man. We got football. You got a big game tonight at Stratford.
Yep, we're going to talk to the coaches coming up here at 1:30.
Yep.
So looking forward to that. Mike Organ. So I knew this was going to happen. We have Chris Gaines on yesterday, and did Mike call you crying, wanting to come on the show?
Mad. No, he was mad that
Yeah.
we went through Chris Gaines, not through Mike Organ,
Yeah.
to get him on.
So now he's coming on to do an hour with us.
To an hour
At 2
with us.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Well, we
you
look
know,
forward to that.
Mike was a beat writer, covered Manny football for many, many, many years, and now to
He was
see
a beatnik too.
to see what's going on now with his football team is, I mean, you've got a guy who was there from
Yeah.
ground zero and see what this team is doing now. So to see how things go through Mike's eyes and how this team and what it could mean for the city and what it can mean for college football. I mean, it's great to talk about this right now. It really is.
Amen to that. 615-737-1025. More of your calls, more of your texts. Coming up next, we're at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. 1025 The Game.
Yes.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Barlines. So Joe and I did the same thing. There's a gentleman here that is very nicely dressed.
Yeah.
And I looked up and I thought it was Diego Pavia.
We'll take a picture. And he's got like the back of the sun hitting him on the shoulders. I will take a picture of that and send it out because it looks just like Diego Pavia.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like, wait, what is he doing? 615-737-1025.
But no, this is fun, right? I mean, we're talking about a Vanderbilt football team to go down and shock the world on Saturday. Nobody's giving them a shot to win.
I am.
Those people on game day aren't going to think Vanderbilt. They're going, they give them a tough fight, but Vanderbilt's going to win.
You know what would be hilarious if Saban picked
Oh, and then he wins.
No shot.
Oh, they would lose their mind.
I bet I could see the only one I could see picking him is McAfee, but he likes to play to the crowd too much. So
I found this today. Roster age breakdown. Remember Muschamp on the show Tuesday talking about the veterans and leaderships of Vanderbilt. So 22% of Vanderbilt's roster, Chase, graduates. 1.5% of Alabama's roster, graduates.
yeah,
18% of Vanderbilt's rosters made up of seniors. 19% at Alabama. And it goes down and down, pretty much equal after that. But we talked about veterans and leadership and guys who've been through the grind. Nobody in SEC comes close to Vanderbilt with 22% graduate players on their squad. It's a crazy stat. The lowest is Georgia and Florida at 0.8%.
wow. I mean, look, I think that has been the key. Is they have veteran leaders. Pavia we can all agree Pavia has matured a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've seen that in the past, year and a half. He's still him, but I think he's kind of honed that a little bit. And they're a disciplined team. I mean, you always talk about a team taking the personality of their head coach. I think we've seen more of who Clark Lee is, but they've taken that on. They have that discipline.
This is great. I mean, I love talking about this whole fact of they can go down there and 2:30 on Saturday and what they got to do. And look, if you're going to key on Pavia, and these Alabama guys are like, Pavia's not going to beat us, that's fine. Shut him down. Let other guys make plays and stand up and get it done. But the fact that he was in your head all off season and after he beat you last year, on and on and on, and then, the Alabama players are going to stomp him like an ant when he's down here, that's fine. I mean, that's all good bulletin board material. But, man, I can't recall a Vandy game looking forward to this much as this one on Saturday.
0031. Pavia probably listens to Pantera's Respect.
And
Or
very
Walk.
loud.
The name of the song is Walk, I guess, but like Respect.
Oh,
Walk,
yeah. But very, 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 very loud.
Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
By the way, I didn't know the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders came out to that.
Yeah.
And they showed on NBC the other night, like them all coming out to Thunderstruck. Not a bad TV moment.
No, yeah. No. I can understand why you would like that. 9777, Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus, Ultimate American Banger.
Look, it's definitely not a national party, right?
Yeah. Andrew says Easy by the Commodores. Michael and Madison, X Gonna Give It To You by DMX. That's a good one. Adam in Portland, I just feel like he listens to Mother Lover from the Lonely Island Boys. No other song makes sense. I don't think I know that one.
Is that Andy Samberg?
Maybe.
I don't know the song, but I know the group.
Not gonna read that one. Barbie Girl. Somebody said Barbie Girl. This week, Sweet Home Alabama, probably.
Oh, yes.
Don't you think that and what's the Alabama song they always play?
Dixieland Delight?
Delight. They've probably played that a bunch.
Oh, yeah. That's a Tennessee song, too, brother.
It is. On a Tennessee Saturday night.
On a Tennessee Saturday night. Yeah.
The intro for Cheers.
Everybody Knows Your Name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll take that.
Weston Hermitage said, $15 million payroll difference. That's all I'm saying. And in case y'all missed my T-shirt idea 2 weeks ago, will Vandy beat Bama? Obviously, anchor down.
Oh, I love the
Wes?
creativity, man.
That might be your best text.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
pretty good. 3337 also asks, I'm sure y'all have covered this, but if Vandy beats Alabama, does it make them a legit national championship contender? I'd say so. They're a top 10 team.
I mean, you're 6-0 and you knocked off another.
You'd be the first SEC team that's bowl eligible.
Yep.
You're undefeated. You should have a top 10 ranking.
But you got a daunting schedule.
Sure.
Wait, you got LSU, Texas, Tennessee, Auburn, and I'm leaving somebody else out, I think. They'll beat Kentucky.
Missouri?
I don't know if they play Missouri or not. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I haven't checked Missouri's schedule.
Hang on. I can help you there. At Alabama, LSU, Missouri here, at Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, and at Tennessee.
Pretty steep. Mike Organ's going to join us at 2 o'clock, and Mike's already here. Hey, has Vanderbilt ever had a Heisman Trophy candidate? Like made the top 10? Okay.
Oh, okay.
1988, Vanderbilt launched a campaign for Eric Jones
Yeah.
to do the Heisman.
But they've never had a finalist.
They've never had since Jay Berwanger won it in 35 or 36.
I mean, there's a couple of things that it's crazy to think about that could happen this year that Vanderbilt has never done. Have a Heisman finalist and play in Atlanta.
Ooh.
Because I mean, if that game against Tennessee could be, depending on how things go for Tennessee, but that could be for a spot to go to Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, it's all working, but it's great. We're in October talking about this instead of like, oh God,
Sure.
they're 1-5.
There's a lot that's got, and look, there's a lot that's got to happen. They got to take care.
I thought you were going to break into it right there.
They got to take care of a lot of business.
We got a lot going on.
They got a big schedule. Alabama, that's a good team.
Oh, it's the drunk
I feel like it's getting better.
Oh my
I
God.
won in Alabama.
Alabama, they're a good team. They got Nick Saban, he was a good guy. I don't know about this new guy, but we'll see.
Maybe you win, maybe it doesn't. We'll find out on Sunday.
Oh, Kenny the mailman has called in. Kenny, what you got?
Sometimes I just don't know how to respond when Joe goes on his tangent. I
don't either.
Did you just mention the name Jay Berwanger?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, in connection to what?
He's the first Heisman Trophy winner from the University of Chicago in the mid-30s.
Okay, did you know his son actually played basketball at Vanderbilt?
No.
Pat Berwanger. I was a kid, and he was 7 feet tall, all these accolades in high school, and he picked Vanderbilt. And I went, well, why is he coming here instead of UCLA or anything? He only had one eye and no depth perception. So everybody on his left got easy layups. But he actually
I got to look this up.
Yeah, I didn't even know you knew that.
No.
Oh, yeah, evidently you did. Yeah, that was hilarious. Be sure and double check that. That's a true story. Well, first of all, if Kenny the Mailman says it's so, it's so. I'm not going to get on
Well,
here
Mike Organ's here and shaking his head correct, so.
Yeah.
If Mike Organ says it so, it's just like Kenny the mailman.
This is a college question. 2 or 3 times in the past, the name Trent Dilfer has been mentioned, and you gnash your teeth and say, I hate that guy. But you never elaborate. I would love to hear the story behind that, and I'm looking forward to listening to y'all's show from 12 to noon from now on.
Thank you. You've told it. I mean, do you want to?
Which one is it?
Dilfer.
All right. So when Dilfer he came here when he coached at Lipscomb Academy. He came in and said all the right things the first day, and then it became, I'm going to bring all these people in from around the country to come here and just play football. He treated it like a Division II football program, lied to parents, like, all right, we got a tight end. I'm not going to bring a tight end. We're bringing 3 other tight ends. And then just the outright, we love high school football. So we'd go cover it, call it, hey, I could call any coach, hey, we're coming out to Lebanon, see Chuck Gentry. Hey, come on out. We'd love to have you out. Dilfer's like, no, you got to go through the PR company, and then I'll see if I got a time to meet you. it just became worse and worse and worse with him. He became an absolute jerk in dealing with the media and then dealing with the parents. I talked to some parents whose kids went there. They transferred because he lied to them allegedly, and they got out of there and went other places. And now, I mean, I don't know anybody who said one good word about Trent Dilfer Lipscomb. Not one good word. And to see how he treated us in the media, which is fine. But it's high school football. We're out there to spread the word about you with good news and good players and how are things going. It's all good because it's high school football. And the way he did all that was just wrong. And he left a bad taste all around town. And a lot of people didn't like that. I'm being one of those. Just the way he treated staff, the way he treated players, on and on and on. And then so I couldn't stand it.
I'm just glad you don't hold a grudge.
You know how much I love high school football, and
I know.
the way he
I'm
approached that was good. A sweet lady said, "Go Pack, go." She's a big Nevada Wolfpack fan.
Oh, is that what we're going with?
Thank you. Yes. So that's it. It's nothing. This is just me and my battle with Dilfer. That's it.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you clearing that up. Jack wants to answer our question of the day. Jack, what you got?
Yeah, for the Vanderbilt music, it's easy. Pick from a list of ACDAC or AC/DC for you civilians. You need
Okay.
Back in Black, or You Shook Me All Night Long, or Listen to the Money.
Love it, Jack.
That's
Look
good.
at you, man.
Thank you, Jack. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jack. By the way, yeah, Jay Burwinger's son played basketball at Vanderbilt 78, 79, and 80. Hey, Mike, your little paper you work for, you might want to do a story about this. Heisman tie-in. Pavia J.
paper you work.
Pavia J. Burwinger, who won the first Heisman Trophy, and his son played basketball at Vandy. What a world, man. We're all connected.
We love the Tennessean. We have Mike Organ. He's fantastic.
Isn't
No
it great?
fake news with him.
Oh, man.
Now you start like I just can't. It just
Everything's
happens
that
now.
way, right?
It just happens now.
Is he going to win? Probably not. We'll have to wait and see.
Probably not.
Oh, man.
615. We're all over the place today. 615-737-1025. More coming from the Omni here on 1025 The Game. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday. There's some AC/DC, a little Back in Black for you. Great album. One of the best of all time.
I think you had one of the best lines I've heard in a long time when somebody asked about who's the quarterback next year.
We'll worry about that next year.
That is so well put because right now, 26, nobody cares.
There are times people will ask me, like, hey, what are we going to do about, and I cut them off and go, that is a tomorrow problem.
Right.
That is not a today problem. That is a tomorrow problem.
Yeah, we're not worried about the backup.
We will get to that when we get to that.
100%.
We have 3 Padres fans from
right
San
over there.
Diego that are here.
Woo!
They came and said hello to us as the Padres and the Cubbies. A little later on this afternoon, as the wild card series continues, you got Detroit, Cleveland at 2:00, Padres and Cubs at 4, and then the Yankees and Red Sox tonight. You can hear that one on 94.9 The Fan.
Good. Let's go
Starting
Padres.
At 7:00.
Let's beat. I'm with you guys. Cub fans, get out of here. We don't want you around. Padres.
No. We want all fans here.
Oh,
Don't run people
all
off.
right, well, they came up first.
No,
And then we got some Green Bay Packer fans in the
we got
back
the
here
Packer
too. Go
fans.
Pack, go, right? Get it. Woo!
There you go.
All right.
We got a lively crowd here today. I feel like we could.
Crazy in here today.
Mike Oregon's going to have to tell jokes or something here a little bit.
He'd
Warm the crowd up.
Yeah, right during a commercial break. So we love them all.
If you want to see his jokes, just read his column. That's all you got to do. He's a good man. He does a good job.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so much fun.
It's just like, here's the thing. We started the show with Nashville SC, and again, congrats to them on the U.S. Open Cup, winning that. BJ Callahan, is that confirmed, Dr. Crane?
Yes, I believe 12:15 is what I was told.
12:15 tomorrow.
Oh, we got him live now.
Are we referring to him as the good Callahan?
How about the Callahan that knows how to win?
Yeah, BJ Callahan will join us tomorrow at 12:15. So we'll look forward to talking to him. And then it's like you celebrate, ready break, and then continue the MLS season. So
on the road to Montreal.
Yeah. So we will talk to him. But like, that's exciting. What Vanderbilt's doing is exciting. I think there's cautious optimism with the Preds.
As a fan, not an expert, I'm the fan voice on the show. I'm excited to the season. I'm just excited the season starts.
I'm ready to get it going too because I want to. This is I don't know how to put this right.
Say it from your heart.
I'm not as I want them to win. Don't take it that I don't want them to win. I want them to win. I want to see what the process now looks like because Barry Trotz has been talking about this process for the last 2 years or so, since he took over.
Okay. They
have refilled the cupboard when it comes to prospects. Now we're starting to see some of these prospects that are going to be, here or they're in camp. Some are going to make the team. Some I want to see now. All right, show me the growth.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
I want them to win, but I want to see the future. Show me the development there. So that's what I'm excited about.
I think
and I'm excited. I love bounce back, so I'm excited to watch UC Saros and Roman Yossi and see what they do.
Well, I think for me as a fan, I know all that's important to you and Willie and Adam and all that process. To me, I just want to see it on the ice.
Yeah.
I don't know
100%.
the ins and outs. I can't tell you the fourth line from the third line from the thin red line. I don't know. I just know that the games are fun. Go, enjoy. They're great and win. And that's it. That's what I see done. But I'm with you. Like Saros, do you earn? That's the thing today. Do you earn the contract or live up to the contract? Now he's earned it. Now you have to live up to the contract. If he can get it done, if he's not a problem this year, playoff bound.
Yeah.
They're playoff. You got an award-winning, top-notch goalie. I think you're playoff bound.
Oh, I think so. Matthew in Nashville says it's time for the process to start paying off. But I'm with Joe. Actually, Chase said this, cautiously optimistic.
Don't you
I'm
take
going to make sure people know the hi, I'm Chase.
don't you take credit for things?
No,
that,
you say hi, I'm Joe.
hi, I'm Joe.
Yeah, there you go.
But don't you take credit for things that you said that I'm getting credit for?
Yeah, no.
How dare you?
Yeah, well, that is America.
I was going to add something to that, but I was like, I don't want to get fired.
Yeah.
America,
Let's
blank,
not-
yeah.
let's not do that. Coming up next, I don't even know how to like properly tease a Titans discussion.
Well, hold on. Did you hear Charles Robinson with Robbie and Rextro today?
Yeah, that's a good.
They almost
segment.
got into a fight
They did.
about what Cam Ward said and what does it really mean. And Charles Robinson from Yahoo Sports said something about what Cam Ward said, what I thought was the best thing said so far. And I'll tell you what it is.
All right, we'll discuss that. Coming up next in hour number 2, we'll also talk to some high school football coaches as well. We're live at Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel. And be sure to join this Sunday, Twin Peaks in Madison, home of the 29-degree beer. 102.5 The Game will be there for the pregame show as the Titans take on the I can't do it.
It's a great place. Come to Madison.
Come to Twin Peaks. The pregame show. Big Joe's going to be there. He's great. He does a good job.
My God.
It's brought to you by Parman Tractor. We love Parman Tractor and Equipment and Tennessee Brew Works. Check it out. 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Thursday. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. It is a packed house here at Bar Lines today. We have a studio audience.
We do. We got our friends from California, the Green Bay fans over there. And
our friend Mike.
All around, our little friend Mike. He's an intern. If anybody's looking for an intern who could really take their business to the next level, contact us, and we'll send you Mike Organ's contact number. Mike loves to eat.
I said, Mike, I said that you had to come on the show today because he got Chris Gaines without your permission. So,
yep,
that's
He's
no, you. He's going to sue you.
Me.
I'm not a part of this.
Well, I have Mr. Blair Durham in my back pocket,
That's
so
right.
I'm not worried about anything that Mike Organ can bring to me.
That's right. But so we knew this was going to happen. After the game press conference, Cam Ward gets up and he says, if the quote was, if we keep it a buck, we ask. Basically saying, if we keep doing this and not executing, doing the things we're doing, like, we're not a good team. Right. But everybody took that quote and they ran with it.
Yes.
I didn't have a problem with the quarterback being honest. I'm tired of coaches and athletes all the time just with a bunch of BS and lip service. And I appreciate it especially when you're supposed to be one of the star players, to say, hey, we're not very good. And this is why we're not good. This is what we need to do to be good. And we're not doing those things yet. Like, I appreciate honesty. And I know some people have had a problem with it.
The thing was, when Charles Robinson was talking to Robbie and Rex the other day, it was basically, now Cam has become one of the media. He's aired this out loud. You can be critical of your teammates or the performance, but now you're just echoing what everybody else is saying. And maybe that's a younger generation thing of like, here's how we're going to say it, and I'm going to call everybody out and not give me context of how we can get better and just say the blanket, we bad.
It was a long conversation, but here's some of what Charles Robinson said this morning on Robbie and Rex Road.
Completing 51% of his passes.
But again, that full quote included his critique of his own performance. That's what I'm saying.
But again, it doesn't matter, Joe. You're still separating yourself. You can still stand up. Come on, Joe. Let's be intellectually honest here.
I'm asking you to do that.
Okay, well, I'm being intellectually honest. You can
stand
up there and say,
one of us is wrong.
Joe, you can stand up there and you can say, our organization's terrible right now, but the fact that you're the one standing up there and putting the phrase "we ask" on it is an act of, whether you mean to or not, it's an act of separating yourself from like what's going on emotionally. Like, hey, everybody else is looking at this. There are people who are saying we want Callahan fired. There are people who are saying, burn it to the ground, start over. And when you stand up and you go, hey, if we're keeping it a buck, again, and I'm not disagreeing with the content of what he is saying. I'm just saying, when you're 4 games in and you're the guy who stands up and says it, again, whether you mean to or not, you are becoming part of the group looking at the Titans and going, this is a trash situation right now.
Here's my thing though. He's not wrong. He being Cam Ward, like, we know he's not wrong. And so, like, why do you want to say, well, he doesn't need to be a part of the people, saying these things? Shouldn't he be the number one guy saying these things? He's the quarterback. He's the guy that you drafted number 1 overall, that you are ready to build your franchise around. And look, this is 100% without a doubt speculation. I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody. I have no idea. Based on, now, he has said, like, Callie's a great play caller and I love Callie and all these things. But I took a seed of doubt. Like, I heard a seed of doubt that it's like, I'm not sure this is the guy with that press conference. And I think that could be what everybody's worried about, that the quarterback's about to come out and say, yeah, the head coach is not good.
There's so many layers to this.
Right.
And I guess he was just saying, look, we know it's bad. You don't need the quarterback echoing that it's worse than you thought.
Why not, though? Why is everybody, and I'm not saying you, but like, why is everybody
Well, he's
afraid of that?
calling the head coach out.
Call the whole team out.
As
You're
a
the
rookie,
quarterback. You
4 games in, you're the rookie quarterback. 4 games in,
right.
you're able to decipher all this and do it.
Okay, we're fair, but like, I also hate the argument of, well, he's a rookie, he needs to keep his mouth shut. He's still the quarterback.
Well, I don't think he keep his mouth shut, but I think the fact that the comment of "we ass" is reflective of his head coach.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's more.
I think
to
it's
this.
the head coach. I think it's the state of the organization right now.
I guess I wanted to hear Rexroad want to fight Charles Robinson.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to
I
hear.
think I'm more on Rexroad's side on this.
I'm a little Charles Robinson. It's all right, though.
I mean,
We're good.
look, I see it. I get both sides of it. But my thing is, I want the quarterback, because let's just look at this whole thing big picture.
Do I have to?
It's been a mess for a long time.
Yes, it has.
Have there been bright spots? Yes. But if you look at the whole picture, there's a lot of mess in there.
Right. Yeah.
And we know where it starts. It starts with people with the last name Adams.
Yep.
I mean, that's really where the buck stops and starts. But so for the quarterback who's played 4 games and been here less than a year to basically sit there and say these things should be very excuse me.
God, you're getting upset.
I can't
okay,
breathe.
buddy. Sorry, I know you're passionate about your
Thank
team.
you. That should be very telling to people.
So, do you think Brian Callahan should have gone to Cam Ward afterwards and said, "Hey, man, tone down your rhetoric"?
If he did, like, Cam should. I'm not condoning for the quarterback to hit the head coach, but like, I'd want.
Should he have gone to his quarterback and said, "Hey, tone it down"?
No,
just a
but
tad.
but okay. So this is the same guy that says, well, Jeff threw a punch at that guy, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't throw him out of practice. Like, you think he's going to go to the quarterback? Hey, Cam.
I think he did. I think he did go to him and say, "Hey, we need you on this. We don't need you to tell everybody how bad it is, but we need you on this."
Yeah. I mean, do you go talk to him? Sure. But I mean, he should be allowed to express himself. And you got him. Here's the other thing. You got him in a raw moment. It's 10 minutes, 15 minutes after the game where you just got your butt kicked.
Right.
He played an awful game as the quarterback. The whole team played an awful game, but he was just as awful. And so you got him in a raw moment. He's mad. You can see it. Like, you can read the room, look at him and go, oh, he's ticked off.
Well, I'm looking at if I own a business, a team, and my guy that I invested in gets out there and tells the world in basic terms how terrible it all is, I'd have a problem with that. And I put my in Callahan's shoes. That's just from that angle.
Okay.
I got no problem as a fan or a teammate what he said, but as your boss and you're my guy, I don't like airing dirty laundry.
Fair point. If it wasn't true and you could sit on a lie detector and say that it's not true and that thing not go off, would it bother you?
I don't know.
That's the thing. It's bothering people because they all know it's true. They all know he said the truth.
I can also tell you how to get past a lie detector test.
Okay, well, we'll do that in June. But you see what I'm saying? Like, people, most of the time when somebody speaks truth, when they drop the knowledge or whatever, and they're like, hey, I'm not holding back, I'm going to tell you the truth, and then somebody gets mad about it.
Right.
They usually get mad about it because they know they're right.
Here's the tell sign of whether we're wrong or right. If they lose Sunday and his comments are very basic,
yeah,
then somebody's gotten to him.
Well, yeah. And
now,
look, I have no doubt somebody's talked to him.
And they're terrible again, and he says, we double ass.
Yeah.
After the Cardinals get, then nobody's talked to him.
Hey, if I'm him, you stand on business, sir. I think you like
like Willy Wonka.
Get up there.
Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. Get up there and tell the truth again. Like last week, and look, you know somebody's gonna. Mike, have you ever heard of a reporter named Paul Kuharski? Has he ever shied away from a big topic and asking some like? Don't you think PK is going to follow up and go, well, last week you said this, now you're kind of saying this,
Right.
so like now you're the toothpaste is out of the tube. You can get to him and talk to him all you want, but I would say be positive.
Are other players weighing in on this?
Other players have weighed in on this, including Jeffrey Simmons. We'll hear his comments coming up next. We want your comments as well. 615-737-1025. Our phone and text line driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. It's Chasing Big Joe. We're live today at the Omni Nashville Hotel here on 1025 The Game.
Cam was pretty blunt in his post-game comments Sunday. What's kind of your reaction to that?
Me and Cam talked about that off record. I'm gonna keep that between me and Cam. But man, at the end of the day, we 0-4. And when you turn on the tape, everybody like I said, Cam have the right to speak how you want to speak to the media. But I had some advice for him, and like I said, I keep that off record. But at the end of the day, we all have when these microphones in front of you, they can blow up, just one part of what you're saying. But I think at the end of the day, man, when you turn on the tape, it's the reason why we come in and be like, we right there. It's the reason why we come in and be like, I feel like we have a chance to go win football games on Sundays, because it's the small things that when you get into fourth quarter, and we're talking about it, and I'm sure you guys hear from Denard, like, we get into the fourth quarter and start making up things. We're missing too many tackles. He showed us a stat today to where we had 2 missed tackles in the first half versus, second half of the games, we got like 35 missed tackles. And that shows, a football team that not doing the things and being holding that stamina into the second half. So I think that's the thing we need to focus on to win football games. And, like I said, it's the reason why I come in and say, we are right there. It's just a small thing we can fix that's going to help us win the football game.
That was Jeffrey Simmons, I believe, yesterday talking to the media. Good question by Terry McCormick. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Thursday. Jeff likes to use the phrase, I'm going to keep that, between us or whatever. But I get it. Like they had a private conversation, I'm sure. But what were your thoughts on what Jeff said there?
I think he said that because he wants to be traded. That sounds like a leader.
Uh-huh.
So if you play that for, I don't know, for the Eagles brass or the Seahawks, whoever that needs a defensive lineman,
yeah,
you're like, well, this guy's a leader.
Yeah.
Told the quarterback to watch his mouth. He's playing at a high level. That's somebody we need.
Look, I'm gonna, but I'm sorry. I am gonna give Jeff some praise. I have seen a noticeable difference in him this year on how he's conducted himself. Now, he had the penalty in Denver that, you obviously need to do better there.
Yeah.
But how he has talked, there's been a couple of things here and there, but I can tell he's trying, to be, at the end of the day, you got to be who you are. And some people are natural born leaders and some aren't. But like he is definitely being more calculated in how he goes about things.
Yeah, and I think that's all part of changing the narrative, how people think about you and what you want to be like, which is fine. I wonder if indirectly he's been approached about being traded. I mean, if we're talking about it, somehow, some way.
I would think so.
Maybe to his agent or something. I don't know. But if he comes out, if Jeffrey Simmons comes out and says, I want to be traded, then it looks like he's like abandoning ship. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
But if they trade him, he says, hey, I really wanted to be here to make it work. I understand what's going on. It's a 180. It's a 180. How you feel about it?
I think one of two things could have happened. The most likely one is they go to him and go, hey,
yeah,
I know there's some rumors out there, and then it kind of goes this way. We have no intentions of trading you. Or it's like, hey, I hope you understand, we might get into a situation where we might need to listen to some things. How do you feel? We want to do right by you. And then the other one could be he's gone to them and asked for a trade, which I don't think so. Or he has said, hey, whatever you guys need to do, I'm with you. I would hope there's some sort of communication, and to me, that should be initiated by the team and not by him.
Right, and I think that's the narrative. If they come to him and word gets out that they're looking to trade him, he's like, I've fought hard here and I drew my time in a better light. Now, if you find out that he wants them to trade me, you immediately think of a player in a different light. Regardless, trade him.
I want to
trade Jeffrey Simmons. Get what you can for him right now.
I want to take a moment because I've heard several calls on this show and then other shows on the station. And we even got a text, we got a text 2765, Big Jeff in a third for AJ Brown in a fourth. Guys, you need to understand what a rebuild is. Whether you want to admit it or not, this team is in a rebuild. Now, are they doing it right, doing it wrong? Time will tell. But when you're in a rebuild, as much as you would love to have, Edward called into Jake's show and was like, if we still had A.J. Brown and we still had Derrick Henry, you're right. You're in a different position, but you don't. And, we've talked about the A.J. trade till we're blue in the face. Derrick Henry wanted to leave. You have to accept that. The time had run its course. They mutually were like, it's time. Yeah. We love you. You're not, but I mean, he wanted to go win a championship, and it just realistically wasn't going to happen in the time frame for him here. So that's why he went to Baltimore.
I know you laughed.
So everyone needs to get out of this, bring this guy back, or, let's sign this guy. You're not close to winning.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of the A.J. Brown, so that's the first I heard about it.
But I mean, it's just it's general, like.
Right, but I'm telling you, I know you laughed at the John Robinson post yesterday.
Oh.
A lot of Titans fans not happy with that. I'm telling you right now, a lot of them, for those that don't know, John Robinson posted a picture of him and his wife. It's their anniversary. He did a hashtag, I guess it's still my fault.
Hashtag we ass.
Yeah. If you know, you know. And I think a lot of Titans fans will never forgive John Robinson. They're never going to forgive him for that. They're never going to say. And the fact that he makes light of it really enraged some Titans fans yesterday. And I completely understand that.
I get it, but I laugh too. Because again, and I'm guilty of it too. As sports fans, there are times, a lot of times, we see what we want to see. It's Willie Donick.
Oh my gosh, it is.
It's not Willie Donick.
That is him.
No, it's not.
It looks just like Willie. You're trying to deflect about John Robinson.
No, but
I think it's a bad look.
We see.
That's me.
It doesn't bother me. I laughed because I think he gets. Does he deserve some of the blame? Absolutely, 100%. Not denying that. Does he deserve all of it? No,
not all of it, but he deserves. Yeah.
I mean,
but if I'm a fan, I'm invested, and I see the former general manager like, I guess it's still my fault. I get the upset. The
people, but I guess this is where I get defensive of John, and I get I've gotten defensive of Floyd on this. Everybody wants to remember the bad, the screw ups, but they don't want to remember him taking over a 2-14 team and drafting guys like Derrick Henry and Jack Conklin and Kevin Byard and A.J. Brown and then them going to an AFC championship game and having the number 1 seed. I mean, he doesn't get any credit for that, but he gets all the blame for the screw-ups. It's got to go both ways with me. That's just like does he deserve criticism? Sure, absolutely. But don't forget the good stuff that your team had too.
I 100% agree
that he was a part of. It's not all Vrabel. It was a team thing.
Yep.
So that's just my thing. And back to the comments, like I think he's going to be, Cam Ward's going to be more calculated moving forward. He's going to learn that. That's going to come with time. But at the same time, I want him to be honest, and I want the head coach is honest, whether he's good at it or not. But I want them to be a lot more outspoken than the Vrabel era.
Well, it's going to get worse now with this football team because I don't think they win on Sunday in Arizona, and they might beat the Raiders because the Raiders are starting to implode themselves. But what happens after this week? More comments, more. I'm telling you, if Cam Ward comes out and says, hey, we just got to play better, they've gotten to him. If he goes out there and really opens up again like he did after Houston, then nobody's gotten to him.
Dr. Crane just texted us. I want you to say this on the air because I think you just made a really good point about the John Robinson post.
I think he's found closure. I think he finds the humor in all the satire and all this, and he's still getting paid through 2027 draft. So let's just remember that.
He is. But I got that sense when he came and spent an hour with us and we talked to him, and we've chatted a little bit since then. I think he is in a much better place.
Okay.
And yeah, there is closure because at the end of the day, he can't change anything.
No, but I think it's a bad look if you want to get another job as a GM. I just
Maybe.
do. You
Sure.
look at that stuff
But
now.
I don't.
Like, oh,
I mean,
okay.
who knows if he wants to get another job as a GM?
I agree, but if you're thinking the job,
Like,
as a
would
GM,
you?
I'll
Would
look
you
at it.
like if you went through? You look at his entire tenure as general manager here, and especially how it ended. Would you want to go do that again?
Absolutely. You know why? I don't want to be remembered for that.
No, that's fair.
That's me. I mean,
and look, that's where I'll defend him even more because I thought he had enough equity and done enough good that he should have been given an opportunity to fix it. And she didn't give him that opportunity. She fired him mid-season and didn't give him the opportunity.
I'll
And
totally.
that's
get you on
where I will could you have made the look? I've said this. You could have made the argument at the end of the season to make the change. But if they had won the division again, which they were on track to do,
that. Right.
and have a winning record,
Anything could have happened.
It would have been really hard for me to fire the general manager.
And what do they say? We'll reevaluate everything at the end of the season. The fact that you fire, I mean, still, that's the worst moment for this team. They've been here. Firing your general manager. Yeah, A.J. Brown showed you up. I get all that. But the fact you fired him now, it makes you, Amy, even worse than anything else.
If she had come out and said, "Look, I fired him because A.J. Brown beat the you know what out of us," I would have been like, "Hey, at least she's being honest."
There we go. I'm with you, man.
615-737-1025. Coming up next, our Metro Schools Game of the Week presented by Strike and Spare Family Fun Center is tonight at 6:30 over at Stratford High School. East Nashville going to take on Stratford. That's a big rivalry game. We'll talk to both coaches. Coming up next, 1025 The Game. Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday. We're live at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines, getting ready for the Metro Schools Game of the Week presented by Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. Tonight, I'll have coverage for you with Coach Bubba Spears starting at 6:30. Nick Frazier, Dr. Crane on the sidelines as well, who's done a really good job with that. And I believe we're going to even have an appearance in the house by one Big Joe Dubin.
I hear. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Nationals
so
media
looking
darling.
forward to that. Let's say hello to Damian Harris, who joins us on the program now. And Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. Appreciate you joining us. So your East Nashville squad, how do you feel about your group as you get to past the halfway mark of the season?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. We had a tough beginning, but I got a lot of young guys that had to grow up real fast, and I think we're starting to gel a little bit now.
Do you feel like it's almost a tale of two seasons going from non-district to district play?
Always. The main thing with the non-district games, you want to come out those games healthy so you can be prepared for your district game.
So going into Stratford tonight, I guess you look at it, it's a short week, playing on a Thursday night, rivalry game. What's kind of the feel of your group going into Stratford?
Like you said, it's a rivalry game. So the main thing is just making sure the kids are focused on football and not the extra stuff like social media and things of that sort. But Stratford, well-coached team, Coach Law always got a physical bunch. So we know we got to come out and give it our all.
Talking to Coach Harris over at East Nashville. Coach, neighborhood games, rivalry games are to a next level. What does it mean to the student body in the neighborhood about this football game? Because you talk about East, you talk about Stratford. These are two long rivalries here in Nashville.
Yeah, I'm glad we was able to get the game because a lot of Metro teams don't play each other. So having this rivalry that goes back, like you said, for years and years and years, is great, not only for the teams, but it's good for the community as well. And it shows teams outside of the Metro that we can also bring big crowds and have great games as well.
What kind of relationship do you and Coach Law have?
Oh, me and Coach Law, we get along pretty good. We joke around a lot with each other. We talk here and there. But other than that, I've coached against them a long time ago, so we kind of know each other pretty well.
Coach, what does it mean to see the Metro schools and the turf and all the upgrades to the different stadiums and just all this time and effort being put into Metro athletics? How important is that?
I think it's real important. For one, we try to keep up with some of the private schools. That way they can kill our kids because they have turf fields and the better facilities. So getting turf fields in all the Metro schools, I think that was a plus. And then, it shows the kids that Metro is looking out not only for your school, but also for athletics as well. So I think it helps us a lot, especially at East Nashville. We don't even have a practice field to practice on. So the turf made it easy where we could practice and play.
Coach, I always thought that Thursdays playing high school football was so important because that's your walkthrough day. You get to do everything, make sure your second team backup long snapper knows where to go. You don't have that this week. That's moved up a day. How much different is practice and preparation for a game when you have to play on a Thursday?
Yeah, playing on a Thursday is a little difficult. Like you said, having high school kids, they already make a lot of mistakes. So trying to get the timing as well as different situations, you lose a day, which hurts a lot. And just as you said, not only your first team, but the second team doesn't get as many reps as you would like. So you're losing a lot on that. And then playing a team, a rivalry game in a short week is definitely a headache.
Oh, I get it. Also, Coach, I'll be at the game tonight. If you need a pep talk for the team, just let me know. I'll come over and talk to him.
Hey, I might need a pep talk and another player. Yeah.
You got it, Coach.
Coach, best of luck tonight. We're looking forward to being there and calling the game. Thanks so much for doing this.
All right, thank you.
That Coach Harris joining us now from East Nashville, and appreciate him. We're efforting Coach Anthony Law from Stratford, but again, tonight at 6:30, we'll start pregame, kickoff just after 7 as Stratford takes on East Nashville. Stratford at 2-2. They have not started district play yet, and East Nashville, as we mentioned, 1-4, but 1-0 in their district. And I'll ask you the same. I'll make you play analyst for a second, because we'll use this tonight probably. Sure. District play is non-district play, as he said. You want to be healthy. You want to come out of that. District play is truly where the season starts.
Here's my thing. You want to win every game.
Sure.
Every game. You want to win every game. You don't go into it. We never went into like, oh, that's a region game. You want to win games. But, yes, you want to be able to go – you can go 5-5, but if you go 5-0 in the region and beat the other teams, you're in the playoffs. So that's why East Nashville might sit there 1-4. They played Springfield. They've got a tough schedule they've got going through. But you got to play who you can only schedule, right? So, but when you get in region play, those are guaranteed games. You play those and win those. So, yeah, those are a little different and spicy. That's neighborhood rivalry. I wanted to add, though, as Nashville has changed throughout the decades, the core of the city are high schools like Stratford and Maplewood and McGavick and East, because that's the fiber of Davidson County.
Yep.
You got a game tonight from Stratford and East Nashville that goes back, I don't know, Mike, 40, 50, 60 years easily. Back, yeah. 70 years.
Yeah.
1970. 55 years. That rivalry's been going. The city has changed so much, but these rivalry neighborhood high school games in Nashville are still here, and they're still important. And it pisses me off that the communities don't back these schools.
Yeah.
People in Stratford tonight should be at that game. People in East Nashville should go to the games. Go support these kids, these communities. That's how you build this.
I also don't, I used to study this a lot more, and I just kind of gave up on it. But I understand you have the different classifications. You have single A, double A, triple A, all those things. But, explain to me this district with Stratford: White House Heritage, Westmoreland, Whites Creek, and then Maplewood.
It is enrollment, and you try to put the schools' enrollment size as close as you can to each other without travel. I mean, there's one district, I think Giles County has to travel to play Sequatchie County, which is halfway across the state.
Right.
That's a region game.
Right.
It shouldn't be that way.
No, it should be geographical.
Yes, it should be a lot better that way. But I like the fact that Stratford plays Maplewood and Whites Creek. Look, I'm a big Metro Schools guy. I played football at a Metro school. I love it, all that stuff. So this is what I do.
Let's bring in the head coach of the Stratford Spartans, Anthony Law, who is on the line with us now. Coach, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. East Nashville tonight, a rivalry game. Obviously, it's the next game, but is there something extra special with playing a rival?
Yeah, all the excitement that goes on around the school and between the two neighborhoods, and and now with social media, you can just imagine all the good things and the bad things that go on.
Do you feel like, looking at your team, at this point in the season, past the halfway mark, do you feel like you're dialed in and battle tested?
Not yet. I think that we'll be battle tested after tonight.
Coach, we're talking to Coach Law at Stratford. We talked to Coach Harris at East. He talked about losing a day of preparation. What does that mean for you, Coach? Because Thursday is always an important day of walkthroughs and making sure people lined up correctly. How does that approach have to work now when you back everything up a day?
You really can't add a lot of stuff, not for us at least. We just have to go with what we got. And since we've lost a day, you can't spend a whole day trying to put a bunch of new stuff in, and you don't have the time.
with that being said, tonight, how do you approach tonight's game? I mean, do you keep it pretty simple, basic for your team? Because you talk about not adding a bunch of things and just stick to what you guys know, what you guys believe in?
Yes, we're gonna do just that, and then we're gonna we must block and we must tackle.
Coach, what would it be like to look out tonight and see that whole community behind you show up at the football game?
Well, that would be nice if the community does show up. We're excited. We're expecting a good crowd to come watch both teams play. We got new bleachers, so we got somewhere for everyone to sit. So it should be exciting.
Along those lines, I asked this to Coach Harris. What does it mean to see the commitment that Metro Schools has to athletics with the turf fields, new bleachers, renovating a lot of these stadiums? I mean, I've been to a few of these now doing these games, and these are top-notch facilities. That has to be special.
Oh, we love it. We love it. I tell our guys all the time, we don't have excuses. We have everything we need to do whatever it is we need to do here. We just have to commit to it and make it happen for ourselves.
No doubt about it. Coach, best of luck tonight. We're looking forward to being there and doing this game. Thanks so much for doing this.
All right. Go Stratford. CD.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That is
boy.
Anthony Law joining us from Stratford. And again, you can hear that game on 102.5 The Game with coverage beginning at 6:30. I'll be joined by Coach Bubba Spears, Nick Frazier on the sideline, and who knows, you might make an appearance as well.
Why don't we just bring him up? He's here. Instead of 2 o'clock, bring him up at 1:45.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Let's do that.
We'll do it.
Mike Organ of
Come
the
on,
Tennessean
Mike.
is going to join us. Coming up next is Chasing Big Joe live at the Omni, 102.5 The Game.
Heisman tie-in.
Your little-
Pavia,
your little
Jaybird.
paper you work.
We love them all.
If you want to see his jokes, just read his column. That's all you got to do. He's a good man. He does a good job.
Oh my goodness.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. He's Big Joe. I'm Chase. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos, and now the great Mike Organ from the Tennessean joins us now.
Thanks for bringing me up, guys. I was I finished my lunch, so I was ready to come up and join your crazy conversation. You've hit on some good topics today.
Well, you
Great
figure
show.
the sooner you join the show, the sooner you get to leave.
That's true too.
Right. I like your one bar microphone. You look like Gary Anderson when he kicked for the Titans that 1 year.
They can use Gary Anderson back after last week.
Yeah, they could. You've covered prep sports around here for a long time. To see, and this is a labor of love that Greg Pogue really undertook to do this Metro game of the week and things. And it's been really cool for me to go to all these schools, especially seeing, with Coach Bubba Spears, who's, coached forever and sees how much they fixed them up and the turf fields and stuff. It's nice to see that effort be put into these programs.
It's amazing, and it's the first positive. These two things, the turf and this station starting to do a public Metro Public Schools game of the week each week, are the two biggest things that's happened in Metro in 30 years, maybe longer. It had gotten so bad, guys. I was worried they were going to have to start doing co-op teams. I was thinking that, they might have to start putting Maplewood and Whites Creek together just to get a team together. Glencliff and Antioch. It got really bad about 5 years ago. You remember Glencliff basically was going to forfeit the rest of the season because they didn't have enough players to get them through. And then the shame, I think, the embarrassment got some kids to come out, and they were able to finish. But you think of where it was then and where it is now with the turf and what you guys are doing. I'm very excited and looking forward to tonight. Stratford was always my favorite stadium. Was a little nostalgic, a little sad when I saw them tear down the bleachers. They were iconic orange and black alternating bleachers.
Yeah.
And I talked to Denny Boguski, whose father built Stratford, all of Stratford's everything. He was the head of the men's club out there and the quarterback club, Buster Boguski. And he was like, Mike, those things have been there since 1960. He goes, if anybody should be sad, it should be me. He said, I was tired of repainting them every year. He said, now they're going to bring in the kind that don't have to be repainted. He said, I'm not sad. If I'm not sad, you shouldn't be sad. So looking forward. I haven't seen. I think the bleachers are being put in today.
Joe, could you adjust your camera for a second, Mike?
Okay, my bad. My bad, man. Sorry.
On my drive in, you guys were saying
We're
the
on
after.
radio.
We're talking about the after hours show on my drive in. I didn't know it started at 1.
Right. My bad. Look, I have radio. This whole streaming and YouTube is nonsense. I wouldn't be able to see you guys.
I just look at
It's a lot better that way.
Digital
So my
World saw you
question to
real good, Joe.
That Dr. Crane, keep it down. So let me ask you this, Mike. Where did it all go wrong? Because I'm telling you, and I know back when I played, we had packed houses.
Yours was the very end of the good old days. What was that? 88?
Mid-'80s.
88, 89. That was the end. The NIL, the old National Interscholastic League, folded in 1984. What that was all the national teams were split into two districts, one on one side of the river, one on the other side of the river, or on each side of I-40.
Was that public and private?
Yes, because BGA was in the NIL.
Right.
Mount Juliet was in the NIL. Hendersonville was in the NIL. MBA was in. Good Pasture was in when they came
FRA?
in. FRA was in. So they were split by the interstates or the river, either one, and the rivalries were intense. East rivalry was with Lytton, which was about 5 miles down the road on Gallatin Road. Lytton closed in 1970. Stratford had opened in 61, but they hadn't played East. So when Lytton closed, Stratford and East started playing to establish a new rivalry, and that became a rivalry. I checked it yesterday. Stratford and East are 3.4 miles apart from each other.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's a natural rivalry. So
Like Antioch, Cane Ridge.
Absolutely, yeah. So around that time is when the TSSAA came in and started all this region stuff and put Whites Creek in a region with Henry County, and moved all Hunter's Lane was in that, and Hunter's Lane, which had become the old Madison. So when they started doing that, they took away the rivalries, and that's when it all started
Well,
there.
I mean, like when I was in McGavock, half of our zone was from Antioch, Priest Lake area. They all got zoned here, and that all changed, and they open enrollment, and kids bouncing from school to school. There's no community support, and it drives me insane. So I'll tell you why. People are like, well, high school football, it's, kind of losing its ump here and there. No, go to Gordonsville, go to Gallatin, go to Green Hill, go to these schools out in the country, packed.
Yep.
I know but they got community support. Nobody gives a damn about high school football Metro, and it drives me crazy. And I will die on that hill.
And they continue. I just found out yesterday, speaking of McGavock, the Charles Davis area where he has where Charles Davis is from, Napier, now goes to Glencliff. They McGavock lost that region, that area this year.
Yeah, some of the inner city neighborhoods where it's with the McGavock, with other places like that, it's all cheating. But they kept messing around with it, screwing with it.
And they're still doing it today, even today. That's what I'm saying. Bubba Spears told me that. He goes, just think about it. Charles Davis would not have gone to McGavock today. And Charles Davis led McGavock to a state championship in its third year as a school, or fourth year as a school.
Sure did. Yeah.
And just leave things alone. I mean, and they've closed 18 high schools. That was another thing. And I should have mentioned that, was the comprehensive high schools that were built. McGavock was one of them. Hunter's Lane. Those schools were built, and that's when they started closing down the neighborhood schools. DuPont closed my school when McGavock opened. I mean, not right away. It eventually did. And then all of DuPont's.
So let me ask you this. Was it a mistake to shut down Madison, DuPont, and Goodlettsville?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You could have still had the comprehensive high schools.
And a bit before that, but yes.
Yeah. 18 schools have been closed since 1963. I looked it up last for a story I did this week on the Stratford East rivalry, actually. You could still have I don't have a problem with the comprehensive high schools because they majored, they gave opportunity for trades for students to, working to become plumbers or whatever, mechanics, and we needed them.
Radio host.
Radio host.
Bad radio host.
Deck builders. Didn't you used to build decks?
Oh, that's right. I did do that. Yeah. But you know how I got to McGavock? I was zoned to DuPont. And so then you had to take it. The school you wanted to go to had to offer a class that the school you were zoned to didn't. McGavock has a planetarium. So we all took astronomy. And then it evolved into aerospace. That's how all us McGavock kids, we were all zoned to DuPont. And I know this is a lot of inside football stuff for those who moved here, but it's important because it turned into what it is today.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that we got with all this.
Well, and that's it. And we lost all our rivalries. All our neighborhood rivalries are gone now. I mean, Stratford and the East, matter of fact, that's why I did this story that came out today, are one of the very few that still exists.
Yeah.
And like I said a while ago, I think the first time they played was in 70, and then Lytton closed in 71. So they saw that closing, and when they saw that closing, they said, we got to have a new rivalry.
I know this, and one more thing real quick. How powerful was Lytton in the 40s, 50s, and 60s? That place was a powerhouse.
Lytton was absolutely a state power, not just Metro Nashville. Well, Metro Nashville wasn't even around at that. Metro wasn't around at that time. I think that came in the early 60s. But anyways, in the old days, like you're talking about, the 30s and 40s and 50s, Lytton was an absolute power across the state, and definitely in Nashville. My father was a quarterback at East in 58, and they tied Lytton 19-19, I believe. I know that was his number. I hope I'm not getting that confused. Anyway, they tied Lytton, and that was the highlight of his high school career, was tying Lytton. Not even winning a game, but tying Lytton on homecoming was the highlight of his career. And And Linton had such a wonderful setup because the school surrounded it, wrapped around, it made a horseshoe around the field. The gym was in one end zone. The main building was on this end zone, and then another building, I think it was actually the junior high, was across the back. So it was all encapsulated. It was a great atmosphere. I never experienced it, but I feel like I have because I've heard so much about it.
We're excited to have Mike with us for a big portion of the show. We'll continue the Nashville sports discussion with Mike Organ of the Tennessean. Coming up next in hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines. Appreciate them for having us today. We've had a big lunch crowd here, people hanging out, watching the show. Security hasn't thrown Clay out yet, so that's good. But Mike Organ is with us from the Tennessee and hanging out. So what do you think, as a well-respected journalist, about Cam Ward's comments of saying, quote, "we ass," when talking about the team?
I am in the same school with you, Chase. Just to hear honesty.
Yeah.
And I understand towing the line and being a company man and all that, but I look for good stories to write. I look for good stories to tell. You can't, it's hard to tell good stories when a Marcus Mariota gets up there and after a, beat down and talks about, we just got to get better, coach better, play better, like Vrabel used to say. When somebody comes out and is honest and brutally honest on top of that, I love it. You're the NASCAR expert in town. I love Kyle Busch because,
Sure.
People hate him. I love him because he's so candid. I've never talked to Kyle Busch when I haven't come away with a good story. He's going to give you good comments. And that's the way it is with what we saw from Cam Ward. And I hope he doesn't take Jeffrey Simmons' advice and tone it down. I hope he stays honest and tells it like it is. Because somebody needs to light a fire, if you know what I'm talking about.
Well, and I think there's been too much over there, especially of, everything's fine. It's two-tone till I die. Everything's great. We're going to be fine. And, you've talked to enough coaches and players over the years that, like, you can smell it when they're serving it. And it's just like, you're the quarterback. You're the star guy. You're the guy they want to build the team around. I think there's something to be said if he's the one getting up there going like, yeah, we're not very good and we got to fix it.
Yeah. I mean, the old coach better, play better.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that.
Nobody wants to hear that anymore because it's not true. I mean, if that's the case, why didn't you start doing that last week or the week before? You hadn't won all year. So why didn't how much better can you coach? How much better can you play? Something else needs to happen. And Cam Ward's the kind of guy that's telling you, we got to do something different. Doing the same thing over and over is not going to result in anything different.
Did Nashville get spoiled too early by having a team the first year go to the Super Bowl?
God.
Right? Because then we expect it to happen every year afterwards, and it's happened zero.
I still can't believe that happened, Joe. What happened back then was just amazing. We barely got the team because we tried to run them off. We didn't want them because of the taxes and all that. And then we finally get the team, and they go to the Super Bowl. It was just amazing. And, the Predators did it too, but it took a little longer, obviously. So I don't know if it spoiled us or not because it shocked us so much. But they didn't lose at any point. At least Jeff Fisher kept them above water.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I think that's what got them spoiled was everybody thought, well, we're going to be in playoff contention every year. I think that, and we're going to get back to the Super Bowl and should have gone back that next year. That was a better team.
Didn't do it. Newsflash, the JoJo voted against in 95. I voted against because I read that thing, what the city was giving Bud Adams in 1995. I'm like, this doesn't benefit Nashville at all. And I get it. You got Nissan's moved here, Bridgestone moved here, all that moved here. But at the time, the city was basically handing Bud Adams everything. I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah. At the time, we had a guy on staff, Jeff Legwald. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Jeff came to us, and he was already an NFL expert. And he told me exactly what you're talking about. He goes, yeah, it doesn't look good on paper, but he goes, this is going to come, that's going to come. And, I was a lifetime Nashville native. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. I've been here my whole life. That stuff's not going to happen. He was right. He was absolutely right. And it all did happen. And I mean, look at this city now, but
this building's not here.
No, absolutely not. You're right.
But there was, we don't talk about it enough. You bring it back up. That vote in 95, I think it might've been 57-43,
it was close.
55-45 or something, but it wasn't like a slam dunk at all.
No, absolutely not. And there were some bad things. The reason that that this stadium only lasted 30 years, but I say 30 years, I mean, that's about the lifetime we would expect it anyway.
Yeah.
And we're having to build the other stadium. is part of the deal. It was part of that deal because they had to throw up a stadium, and it wasn't, it was not a very good stadium. It was just a cookie cutter. But again, that's kind of come to life expectancy of those structures. So we need a new stadium. We have to have a new stadium.
Yeah.
Either that or rebuild the old one, which would have been
Do you
just as
think?
costly.
Okay, so they announced the college football playoffs. It's going to be in Miami, I forget wherever, and then Vegas in 28. The seasons. Do you think 28 it comes to Nashville? Because it's 25 in Miami, 26 Vegas, 27 New Orleans.
Yeah, that sounds
the
right.
28 it's open. Do you think Nashville deserves it?
Joe, I learned a long time ago. I went from being this end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. I was skeptical about everything I heard. We were going to get NBA basketball. We were going to get football, and Memphis ended up getting WFL football instead of us. I went from saying we're not getting anything to now I say you say no. You don't say no to anything. You could tell me anything could come here, and I'd believe it. Now, especially the college football playoffs, because not only is this football country, this is college football country. So, yeah, I could see that. And, God, with what Vanderbilt's doing now, what Vanderbilt has become, and if they're able to sustain, if Clark's able to keep this going post-Pavia, then, I could see it being 28.
Does the FCS championship here mean anything? I know it's a big deal for football, but is that like, all right, Nashville can host this, can do this?
I think it's a rehearsal.
I asked, the committee was here. They were at Opryland Hotel about a month ago, or no, probably 2 months ago. And I went over and talked to them. One thing they said is they'd love to see Tennessee Tech. Well, they said they'd love to see either Tennessee Tech. This was before the season started. Tennessee State, UT Martin, Chattanooga, East Tennessee State in the championship. They make no bones about it. And now we've got a Tennessee Tech team that looks like they may be capable. Now, back to your question, I asked them about that. I said, could this play any, have any weight on us getting the national championship for football? And they said we're two different entities, but I guess the best way to summarize it is that can't be ugly. That can't be an embarrassment. It can only hurt. You see what I'm saying? If it does well, then everything's fine and we're back where we are now. The only thing it can do is if it falls on its face and they get 3,000, 5,000, whatever, then it could hurt. But that goes back to who's in it. North Dakota State is still probably the best team in the FCS. They brought about 7,000 here to play TSU 2 weeks ago.
Super Bowl in 2029, 2030.
Yeah.
That feel right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I was a guy during the break I heard come up to you guys and ask, are we going to get baseball? And I'm not even a baseball guy at all. But I think we'll get baseball after 2030.
I think
Why don't you stop eavesdropping on our conversations with our guests?
See, Nick, you're not the only one.
He came up here about 2 or 3 times. You couldn't help but notice him. 90 years old.
Yeah,
90.
That
Could take you down in one punch.
He would.
That was, but to your point, and for those of you that have moved here and weren't here during all this, there were a lot of people that were fine with Nashville being the way it was and not growing and just let's leave us alone, let us be our small little town. And then there were groups that wanted the NFL or wanted the NBA or wanted the NHL or what have you. And it got to a point where that happened. And I don't think anybody expected like us to get 2 pro sports teams at the same time, but that's ultimately what happened. And the Music City Center, this hotel, all that, none of this is here.
No,
Broadway doesn't become what it's become. I mean, you didn't come down to Broadway. You just stayed away from it.
Yeah, and now you go down there and it's too crowded to open. They have to close it down. Now, none of this happens. The growth in the suburbs, the fastest growing city in America for however many years we've been, which Joe is a huge proponent of.
Love it. Keep coming to town. I hear that 10,111 people move to town every day. That's crazy, isn't it?
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
A lot of people.
He is Mike Organ of the Tennessee, and we'll continue our talking a little bit of the new, a little bit of the old with him in Nashville sports. Coming up next, Chase and Big Joe. We're live at the Omni, 102.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Did you know that September was Suicide Prevention Month? But for us on the show, it's every single day. Unfortunately, we've all been affected by a friend or loved one who has suffered from depression and is no longer with us. For the last 2 years on the Chase and Big Joe show, we've been on a mental health mission. We tell you that if you're struggling, please talk to someone. Talking to someone changed my life. And if you're in that dark place, I want you to know that help is around the corner. We have partnered with Unity Psychiatric Care, just a wonderful place here in Middle Tennessee for you to get well. And here's the best part. It works. Just go to theGameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there will be a link to Unity Psychiatric Care. They have offices here in Middle Tennessee, plus they have telehealth, which is even better. So many reach out to us. Now we have a partner that cares about you. And listen, you don't have to go through any of this alone. You can call 1-888-508-8002. That is 1-888-508-8002. Listen, we love you, and you being in our world is the best thing we could ask for. Again, go to theGameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and you'll see all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. Help is just around the corner. And listen, you do not have to go through any of this alone.
Big Joe 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Hope you're having a great day so far. Mike Organ of the Tennessean is here with us, and we've just been discussing a lot of continuing the discussion off the air. We brought up baseball, and Joe and I have a little bit of a disagreement on this, on baseball coming to town. It's going to happen eventually. That's my stance. That I think they want to be here, and if a league wants to be somewhere, they generally get their way. Now, I understand they got to find the ownership, whether it's the Stars Group or somebody else or moving a team or whatever, and then you got to find the land to build the stadium, and somebody's got to pay for the stadium. Do I agree that the city's tapped out right now?
Yes.
Like let's figure out how to get more than 3 cars through an intersection at a time. I agree that they need to figure that part out, but it's going to happen eventually.
And if the Titans don't get any better than they are now, or if they only get a little bit better before they go into that new stadium, that everybody feels like was a waste, which it wasn't. We said that a while ago. It had to be done. But most people think, that's what you're seeing everywhere. Well, wait till they move to the new stadium, then they'll get good. And that's being very sarcastic. You hit on the 2 things, ownership and land. And, I think that Manfred saying what he did and not backing off of it since he said it at the meetings that year, what was that, 2 years ago or a year ago, where he said that Nashville was in the rotation, basically. I think that lets us know.
But what does that mean? What does the rotation mean?
He's going to have it. He's saying he wants his legacy to be expansion. And he's basically said he'll bring in 2 teams after around 30. And basically, with him mentioning Nashville, then you got to think Nashville's one of the teams he's looking at.
Baseball right now is so bad. I mean, there's maybe 8 or 10 good teams. It's like the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's more bad football. There's good football. There's more. I don't think the city has the money. I think the property value is so high. I think there's going to be disagreements on where to put the team. It's not going over at TSU.
No, it's
I'm
not
telling you
going
that.
to TSU.
And there's no place to put it downtown. People are like, well, put it in Murfreesboro. Well, if you live in Hendersonville, you're not driving to Murfreesboro on down. I just don't think there's too many people stirring this pot, and there's not a unified core. That's me.
Okay, let me start with what you said about how bad baseball is doing. And it is. It's boring. It's not popular now, and it is. So the owners aren't making as much money as they're used to, or as they want to.
Right.
Because nothing's ever going to be enough for those for owners. Well, you bring in 2 teams, the ownership of those 2 teams are going to pay billions, and that's who's going to get it, are the owners.
Good
That's
Lord.
who's going to get the money. That's why you want to bring in expand. That's why you want to bring 2 more in. That will compensate for the lost attendance, and if the TV package isn't as good going forward, you got 2 teams with billionaire owners that are going to pay the expansion fee, and that's shared amongst the owners.
Right. Now I get it. We'll get October baseball is fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
But April, May, June, July, August, to me, it's boring. It's tedious. I don't like it. I know you October. I get it. Yes, to me. But I think I'm in a majority of people about this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. Location-wise.
Location. Your very own Mr. Plaster got a tip on the prison, the federal prison,
on
Briley prison, on Briley. Yes. Yeah. Over by TSU. Not 3 miles from TSU.
Right.
It's sitting out there. Nobody knows what's there. There's some trucks there. George went out there to take a picture, and there are some guards that asked him what he was doing, and he told them, and they said, "Oh, okay, go ahead." And they let him take pictures with his phone. Isn't
that a historic landmark, though?
I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know if a prison is a historic landmark or not.
Because that's the one where they've done the movie, like
Green Mile.
The Green Mile, the
I don't
Last
know,
Castle,
though.
or
Did you not think the Green Mile was over by us? Over by your studio. I always thought it was at the criminally insane place on
our studio is a good place for the criminally insane. No, I know Central State off of over there by no, it was at the prison.
So it was at the prison.
Yeah, I know people that were in the movie that were all over there and all that.
To me, the ideal spot is to find a place right next to the football stadium and have it there on the river.
And now that the PLC's
Steiner Lift area
has been sold, what I understand is they're going to chop that up and sell it in little pieces.
That's going to take a while to clean up.
What about further down?
It's going to take a while, and it's going to take a while to know if you can even build over it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What about farther down Callum by Top Golf? Because I'm telling you, when you come into the city aesthetically and you see Nissan Stadium and a baseball, I mean, that is a beautiful view. You put a baseball stadium out by the prison, that ain't doing anything for me.
No,
I just
I
don't
mean,
know.
No, and that's the thing. People say, well, you could see it from the interstate. No, you really couldn't. The interstate's a little bit too far away from the prison. What you're talking about on that other part of the East Bank that hasn't been developed other than Top Golf, and you could buy Top Golf out. I mean, they're in the business
Right,
of
yeah.
making
Oracle's
money.
moved in a lot of stuff over there. Maybe they could help out.
Well, I think Oracle's a big player in this. When you talk about the other owners making money, that's one they're looking to Oracle to try to be an owner to bring a part of the ownership group to bring that in, and that would be the perfect place. For
it is.
Oracle
Who?
to be right
Let me ask you
nearby.
this. All right, so in 23rd, if they decide to expand, and they go to who's Nashville's competition?
That's a good question, and I don't.
Charlotte
to expand.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Charlotte's the one.
Portland, Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake is probably in there. I've heard Austin.
Don't you have to do it on the time zones too? I mean,
You got to do
you gotta
time
do one time
zones.
zone. So
Let me look.
Portland is.
I think every league will get to 34, and then probably. But the NFL is going to expand again. Hockey's already at 32. They're already talking about an expansion and giving Atlanta another team, which I don't really get, but okay. NBA that's coming. Then they're at 30, so and baseball's at 30. So I mean, I think I think Charlotte, Nashville, Salt Lake City.
Well, if you had your druthers, Nashville, Austin, I'm taking Nashville.
Yeah.
Because Austin's sandwiched between Dallas and Houston.
Yeah.
Nashville, you got what? The Braves and the Reds?
And this city, that's all anybody talks about is what a great destination city this place is. And it's just such a natural. The only thing we haven't gotten was the cup. And we've gotten everything. And SEC baseball, which nobody was really, that was just kind of a shot in the dark. Nobody wanted to see it leave. It was worth throwing out.
No, but
there.
but like I'm cool. I like how the SEC does it. That Atlanta has football. We have the men's basketball.
Yes, you're right.
Keep
You're right.
something in Hoover, I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah,
but
I agree totally.
But
with you. But those are the only two things that I know of that we went after and didn't get.
My thing is when the whole thing started with soccer, I admittedly I was one of those people like I do not care.
Right.
Like I don't care if I don't watch it. Like I know there are people that are. We got it. I supported it. I said, okay, all right. I know there's a big fan base for it. And look, it's done well. And they just won a trophy.
They're at their peak.
So that's kind of, I wish people would look at it through that lens. And I understand there's taxes and finances and all that stuff. And that's all very important and part of it. But, if you don't like baseball, it doesn't mean it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because, there are people that go to Sounds games and never watch a pitch.
Never watch a pitch.
You can do the same thing at a major league game. Now, that would be another question. And I know, like, most cities would go, who cares about the minor league team? Well, how much went into building that stadium over in Germantown and how much of a fight that was for a long, long time. So then what?
And it's one of the most the Sounds have the best attendance and have for the among minor leagues for years, and so it shows that it was worth it.
Yeah. Now, do I think you all are going to disagree with me on this when I say this, but I think Nashville especially in the summer, could support both with an expectation. One, you'd have to plan it where they're not here at the same time, and with an expectation that the AAA is definitely going to be secondary. And if they understand that, then it could work.
Yeah.
Or you move to Clarksville.
Yeah, and and we're seeing that with the Nashville Cats on a different scale.
But you still got to figure out what to do with that stadium.
You're seeing that the Nashville that Clarksville wants something.
Yes.
And Clarksville is 65 miles away. You can still go up there if you're a fan of the Cats or if you're a fan of minor league baseball. So I think you're on to something there. We talk about supporting baseball during the summer, and like Joe said, it doesn't get that much support as it is. It's not like, how are we going to fill a stadium that many games.
See. So Dr. Crane just sent us this. MLB attendance and viewership numbers from 2025 are in, and the growth is insane. They're way up on every single platform. Third straight year of attendance growth for the first time since 2007. 71.4 million fans, eclipsing the 70 million mark for the third straight year for the first time since 15 to 17. So I think the rule change. Hang on. I think the rule changes have helped a lot because the game has sped up. Because have you not? I know it's playoff baseball. Have you not been watching?
I watched last 2 nights.
Right.
Dodgers and Reds. Baseball hit rock bottom in viewership in the 2000s.
They did.
So now they're gathering those fans back to numbers where they were before,
Yep.
which is great. I'm all about growth. That's fine in numbers and watching that. I just don't think Nashville can support a team. I think the city's tapped out. We're tapped out. I don't think the corporate support's there to do it.
But
I think in 10 years it will.
When the NFL could have written a check to cover the new stadium and the Titans are able to bamboozle us in Metro Davidson County for $1 billion, I got a problem with that.
And I think that's what's going to, if anything's going to hinder baseball, it's going to be the new stadium.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to have to be done without taxpayer money.
Well, people are furious over the property taxes in Davidson County. Furious.
Yeah.
You know this.
I
Right?
know
We all
this.
know this. We all live in Davidson County. It's ridiculous.
Well, I live in Davidson County and I own some rental property in Davidson County, and it hit hard.
Yeah.
And yes, absolutely. And when I hear that they're not going to use any taxpayer money for a new stadium, I never believe it because it all seems to change.
Right.
We're into it so far, and we just have a little bit more to go. So let's get the taxpayers.
That's
to
a part
chip in.
of why people the fairgrounds.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's like, oh no, we're not.
The fairgrounds deal is incredible, Chase, and you know this.
I know.
They want to take an entity that's losing money every year, a little bit of about $100,000, and guarantee it makes $1 million, because if it doesn't make $1 million, then Bristol's going to give Metro $1 million. So you're going from a negative to $1 million plus. What more?
This is what I don't understand. SMI, Speedway Motorsports Incorporated, they're just Speedway Motorsports now, has basically brought a Brinks truck to Nashville going, here, we're going to leave this here for you. And people are like, oh, well, let us think about it.
Yeah.
Let us talk about it.
Because they don't believe it. They don't realize SMI, I still call it SMI, is probably bigger than NASCAR. They've got that kind of money. So they can do this.
NASCAR's about to change, too.
They don't need taxpayer money, but nobody believes it.
Yeah.
If you could snap your fingers and the stadium was up tomorrow, everybody be fine with it.
Yep.
It's just the process. The stadium, the new stadium, what'd we go up to? It went from 2.1 million to 2.3, like
billion.
in no time, billion,
Yeah.
2.1 billion to 2.3 billion. Right after it was announced they were coming, that it was going to be built.
615-737-1025. We got a few calls that we want to get to. Coming up next, hanging out with Mike Organ from the Tennessean here at the Omni Nashville Hotel, chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Big Joe 102.5, The Game. Mike Organ is our hero here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Hope you're having a great day so far. Taking some calls now, 615-737-1025. JJ has been waiting patiently on baseball expansion. JJ, what's up?
Not much, fellas. I'm glad y'all having this conversation today. And hang on. I'm glad y'all having this conversation. Yes, sir. I'm glad y'all having this conversation. The two challengers to Nashville, according to Brody Brazil, a guy I listen to, is Portland and Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Only because those cities have committed money, I think $900 million apiece, to get a team. And right now, Nashville has nobody, not from the government side, and we don't have a billionaire with a big bank, with a big bag to also help get a team. So those are the two big obstacles. And so, I guess y'all wrote those numbers that baseball's up, but they're talking a lockout at the end of 2026. So I don't trust Manfred. He's a charlatan, and so as a commissioner. So I hope Nashville gets baseball, but I'm looking at maybe another decade, 2040, once they get their issue settled, and a billionaire comes out with a big bag of money to get the team here.
All right, thanks for the call, JJ. I mean, look, he's got a point that it is going to take, the baseball version of John Ingram to walk in.
Oh, yeah.
And basically say, I got it.
That's why I brought up Oracle.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of those people out there, but there's people out there, and this town has gotten so big. He said 2040, Joe. Where are you going to be in 2040?
Probably sitting here at bar line drinking, which also be doing
without a radio station over in the corner.
Yeah, just throw some money in the tip jar, and I'll tell you jokes. No, would it be great for Nashville? Yeah, but can we support it right now? No. 10 years? No. Also, Portland doesn't have an NFL team. Salt Lake City doesn't have an NFL team. What would you rather have, NFL or Major League Baseball? I'm taking NFL every time.
Sure. Alan wants to weigh in. Alan, what's up?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I kind of disagree with the previous caller, but I think that Nashville can support it with 17 million visitors here a year. I think we could get 3 million into a baseball stadium. And number two, as far as where the stadium will be located, right there at Sulphur Dale, where First Horizon is, you can reconfigure it and have third base. You can reconfigure it where it have third base parallel with Gillum Way, and you could get something the size of PNC Park in Pittsburgh in that footprint. And with the stadium, as far as the financing goes, the stadium's being paid for with revenue bonds instead of general obligation bonds, which means the revenue from the stadium, the concession stands, and the ticket surcharges are paying back the bonds on the stadium. Also, they're using something called tax increment financing, which they freeze the property taxes for that area, the residential area, in 2005, and all the increases in property taxes from 2005 till whenever the bonds are paid off goes to retire the bonds. So they're not penalizing really. They're not raising property taxes, and they're not raising sales taxes to pay for it. It's all revenue bonds.
Gotcha. Thanks for the call, Alan. Appreciate it.
Sure. Thanks for taking the call.
To his first point, I don't think that footprint is big enough over there.
You remember when they built it, and this was part of the selling point, was that if we get a major league team, we can expand it without any problem. We'll just build onto it and go up. But so much has come around there.
Right. What? That's the First Horizon?
Yeah.
It's in the lease that they cannot convert that to a Major League Baseball.
Okay.
You cannot. It's not built for that. They will not do it. I've been told that from Sounds people several times. Stop saying that we can expand. We're not going to expand for Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and look,
and that's what Chase was saying. Is it? I just don't think it could be done, even if it wasn't.
He halfway listens to me.
I know.
It's okay.
I know.
What are y'all's names again? Mark and Charles.
I'm George. That's Greg.
Greg, get back to your Sudoku puzzle.
But look, I mean, that would have been a great spot for it.
Yeah.
But there was also talk of where Ascend Amphitheater is now. They were going to build it there.
Wow, you know what that goes back to, Chase? You probably don't remember this. I think Joe will. Smitto wanted to build there.
Yeah.
At the old steam plant.
Old steam plant.
And it was going to be a guitar-shaped stadium, and the arm of the guitar was going to go over the Cumberland River
as a bridge,
serve as a bridge for people to park on the east bank and walk over the arm of the guitar.
It would have been beautiful.
That'd have been cool.
Yeah,
that'd have been really cool.
I know that's where the steam plant was.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Real quick, you wrote an article about Pavia, but for the Tennessean, but you also got to talk to Watson Brown and Whit Taylor and a few other Vanderbilt quarterbacks talking about Pavia. What's their reaction to Pavia?
I called as many as I could. Kurt Page, who was the last Vanderbilt quarterback to win in Tuscaloosa.
Where is he now?
He's in Hungary.
Hungary, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe's hungry.
Joe's hungry, even after having lunch.
I visit there every day.
He's don't ask me that Jipson, something like that. But yes. So I called him and we conversed, and he said that my basic question was, is Pavia the greatest quarterback of all time at Vanderbilt? And Vanderbilt's had some great ones going back to Bill Wade, Jay Cutler.
Did Jay return your calls?
Taylor. Jay did not return my call.
Well, he only gets one phone call.
I don't care. That one should have been to me. So, but Taylor, oh gosh, Whit was so good to talk to. I asked Whit, I said, Whit, there are great parallels between you and Pavia. Same size, similar abilities. He said, you know what the biggest difference is? He said, when I came to Vanderbilt, they were running the split veer. He goes, I wasn't going to last long in that at 5'11", 175 pounds. He said, Watson came the next year as a coordinator, and he said he changed us to what we became. He said he built an offense around me, and he said, if this is going to go, it's going to go because you go. Can you handle that?
Yeah.
And he goes, just between you and me, I didn't know if I could handle it or not. But what are you going to say?
Right, right.
He goes, it was a lot on my shoulders. He goes, the biggest difference between me and Pavia is he never hesitated. He wanted it.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't want it. He goes, I'm not going to turn it down, but I did it, and it worked out. But he said, Pavia invited it. So if they were both very similar. And, and I talked to Watson, and Watson said what had impressed him about Pavia was something I really worried about. Was last year, Pavia put everything out there on film that you had to look at this year. And these guys are smart, these defensive coordinators in the league. So they had something to look at this year to try to stop him. And Watson said, I was worried about that, but he made himself better. He's a better passer. He's a pocket passer. He's a better pocket passer, and he's more accurate this year. So no matter what they learned last year, they're not seeing what they saw on film from last year. And he goes, that's impressed me above everything, along with the fact that he's a guy that shows up when it's time to show up. And he said, I had two kids at Vanderbilt that did that, Whit Taylor and Eric Jones. And he said, Pavia shows up when he's got to show up. Eric Jones, y'all asked me a while ago while I was trying to enjoy my meal, and y'all were bothering me, asking me if there.
It wasn't y'all, it was Joe.
Yes, it was Joe. Asking if there'd ever been a Heisman Trophy. I guess you guys said candidate, but they made Eric Jones a candidate. And Joe, who was the Debbie
Allen?
Debbie Allen.
Yep.
Yeah. Chase, you're older than I don't think of you as being in mine and Joe's.
Well, I'm 38, but
he's an old soul.
But you've been in the media a long time. So Debbie Allen, what was she? Channel 5?
Talk of the Town.
Talk of the Town.
Okay. And you remember they did it at Vanderbilt Plaza was new. It was pretty new.
No, they did it in the Bellmead Theater.
I thought they did it at the.
No, they have him getting out of car in front of the old Bellmead Theater.
You're right.
Which was in perfect movie theater in the 50s, 60s that was still around, and they jazzed it up, and he's getting out of the car with all the paparazzi.
And it says it's showtime.
Perfect.
Yep.
It was great.
Yeah. And Eric had a better second year than he had first year, which Whit also pointed out. Also, I did talk to Eric. Eric's back in Georgia now, and I didn't talk to Kyle Shermer. I wished I'd have talked to Kyle. Little tidbit: Kyle Shermer, all-time leading passer at Vanderbilt. People
That's
think
true.
it's Cutler.
Yeah.
It's not. Shermer passed him.
Yep. Coming up next, you're gonna get roped into this. We're gonna do celebrity birthdays and what day is it? So we're looking forward to that. Mike Organ of the Tennessean hanging out with us here at the Omni Nashville Hotel at Bar Lines here on Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game. Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Thursday at the Omni Nashville Hotel. Bar lines, hanging out with our friend Mike Organ. He's a great guy, does a lot of good stuff.
All the best.
With that, it is time for what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Oh, I got to get used to this. Sorry about that, Chase. I was ready for the pause.
You're good.
We have on the
Pause.
first list, excuse me. First on the list we have here is Audiophile Day is today. So if you like listening to music, radio, all the above, audiophiles.
Or podcasts, which you can get at thegamenashville.com.
Indeed. Bring your Bible to school day. So, shout out to the Bible.
Good.
Guardian Angels Day is today. Hey, another shout out to the Bible with your guardian
That's why
angel.
Clay's here.
Yeah, he is the guardian angel of this show, isn't he? International Day of Nonviolence. Love that. National Custodial Workers Day. Shout out to those janitors.
What was that?
Custodial Workers Day. I meant to say shout out. I don't know if I did. I said shout out. I'm pretty sure
you
I
said
did.
something, all right.
Shout out to the Scallops for the next one. National Fried Scallops Day. Delicious. National Name Your Car Day. Betsy. National Poetry Day. It's celebrated in the United Kingdom. Ooh, there's a lot of food stuff. National Produce Misting Day. I guess you missed your fruits. I don't know. National Research Maniacs Food Day. Okay. National Smarties Day, the candy. Let's see. What else we got here? World No Alcohol Day. Shout out to the sobriety. And World Day for Farmed Animals. So shout out to Skillet.
All right. Thank you. All right. Time for celebrity birthdays. Got to get these within 2 on each side. Chase, we'll start with you. Our first birthday, Gordon Sumner. Oh, you know him better as Sting.
I was like, who is that? 77.
I cannot stand Sting's music. I'll have to. I
He
say
doesn't
that
like your writing, so.
Chase is close. I'm going to say 75.
74. Mike Organ's on the board. Next is the actress Lorraine Bracco. She was in Goodfellas. She was the psychiatrist in The Sopranos.
Wasn't me.
Yeah, you go first.
63.
Oh, no. She's got to be 71.
71, exactly.
Oh.
Mike's up 3-0.
I'm in competition today.
All right, Mike, we'll keep with you. TV host Kelly Ripa.
Oh, the lovely Kelly Ripa. Got to say 52.
That's a good guess. 54.
55. Chase is on the board. It's 3-1. Mike Organ. Next birthday is, don't know who that is, critic Rex Reed. Mike, you go first.
Rex Reed from
New York Times or Post or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 73.
77.
87. Chase, you go. Singer Don McLean.
75.
79.
80. Mike's up 4-1. Mike, you go now. Celebrity photographer Annie Leibovitz.
Oh, gosh, Annie's got to be.
She took a great picture of me in front of the naked statues years ago.
You weren't naked, I hope.
No, I was about to say.
84.
85.
76. Guitar player Mike Rutherford of Genesis and Mike and the Mechanics. Chase, you go. Sorry.
67.
72.
75. So close. Mike, you go. Singer Freddie Jackson.
Ooh. No other hint?
He's not with the Jacksons, but Freddie Jackson.
52.
68.
Oh, 70. Good job. Mike's up 4-2. All right, Chase, you go. Former Redskins quarterback Mark Rippon.
Mark Rippon, I'll say 63.
That's going to be close. I interviewed Rippon when I went up to talk to the Browns about Dowhauer. 65.
63 exactly. Tied at 4. Mike, you go. Aaron McKee played at Temple, shut down Willie Donick in the NCAA tournament in 93.
42.
53.
53 exactly.
I knew I was off.
Chase up 6-4. He's storming back. Former Titan safety Marcus Robertson. Chase, you go.
54.
Eddie George just turned 52, so I'm going to say 52 because they were teammates.
56. Chase is up 7-4. It's a beatdown. Mike, you go. Tyson Chandler.
35.
The fighter?
The basketball player.
It's a good guy. 33.
43. Chase, you go. Phil Kessel, hockey player.
42.
45.
38. Our last birthday. Mike, you get to go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
God, I was just talking to Chase about him and
Yep.
Danica Patrick. 32.
39.
37. That's it. Chase wins 8-4.
God, Chase
down
killed it.
4-0.
I know.
8 unanswered. That's why he's the boss.
I'm older than Stenhouse. I didn't know that. Real quick, here is our recap of the day. Nashville, oh Nashville. Welcome to a championship city and welcome to the Chase and Big Joe show, 1025 The Game. Hi, I'm Chase.
Don't you take credit for things.
No, you say, hi, I'm Joe.
Hi, I'm Joe.
Yeah, there you go.
I can also,
They all know he said the truth.
I can also tell you how to get past a lie detector test.
Okay, well, we'll do that in June. Who does Vandy have at quarterback when Pavia is gone? That is a next year problem. we'll get to that later.
Right.
God,
There's a lot that's got. And look, there's a lot that's got to happen. They got to take care.
I thought you were going to break into it right there.
They got to take care of a lot of business.
We got a lot going on.
They got a big schedule. Alabama, it's a good team.
And Eddie, hey, Mike, your little paper you work for, you might want to do a story about this. Heisman tie-in. Pavia,
Your little paper you work for. Alabama, they're a good team. They got Nick Saban, he was a good guy. I don't know about this new guy, but we'll see.
Maybe you win, maybe it doesn't. We'll find out on Sunday. We love them all.
If you want to see his jokes, just read his column. That's all you got to do. He's a good man. He does a good job.
Oh my goodness.
And now, the Top Hat Channel is honored to present.
Joe, could you adjust your camera for a second?
See you.
Mike.
Okay, my bad. My bad, man.
Sorry. On my drive in, you guys were saying the after. You were talking about the after hours show.
Gross, yet strangely compelling.
On my drive in, I didn't know it started at 1.
Right. My bad. Look, I have radio. This whole streaming and YouTube is nonsense.
Mark, you promised me you wouldn't watch that trash. Now go to your room.
Man, I wish I was an adult so I could break the rules.
Have a great day, guys. Enjoy the sunshine.
Well done. Well done, Dr. Crane. Thank you to Mike Organ for joining us today for more than an hour. Joe's going to have to pay him extra for that, but that is going to do it for us.
Yeah, Mike, thank you, brother. We love you. Thank you for always coming and hanging out with us. Listen to other guys out there. It's a message we do every day to our guys out there. If you're struggling, please talk to somebody. I tell you all the time, in order for me to celebrate my success, I need to celebrate your success. I want to be at your comeback party. I want to be part of your story when you come back and say, I'm good. We're here for you. We love you. On your cell phone, you can call 988. You can call or text. Somebody's always there to talk to you, or go to our website at thegamenational.com. Click on the Chase and Big Joe show. Information for Unity Psychiatric Care is right there. We need you here. Our world's a better place because you are here. Let you know that we love you, more importantly, more than anything else in this world. God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD coming your way next. 1025 The Game.